cast really let us know where the show wanted to go, because it wasn't a nobody was really competing for a prize. There was just it was a different kind of dynamic within the cast. It was just really about, for them, our impression was, for them it was just the opportunity to be on television and be in a resort. You know, that was your job. And who wouldn't want to do, you know, your early 20s, you know, who would want to do that with your friends? So if somebody comes in and there was this one moment, for me it was almost like this biblical moment, this prodigal comes in and he gets rid of, like, you know, the favorite son, you know, Zach, and he goes and everybody hates him, and then he kind of takes over. It was just, it was incredible. But being able to see humans be humans was just, you know, it was, and it was a good dose of alcohol. You know, it was fascinating, and you know, it wasn't, you know, by no means was it, you know, History Channel stuff, but it was just really fun to, yeah, it was fun to watch. You know, I didn't, so by getting back to what you said, I think what was another great thing for me as somebody working on the show was that watching you know, everybody in story and the producers really just have the cast tell you where it's going, and because it was the one odd fellow, the odd guy. Everybody on the show was these you know, they could be models. They were beautiful people. But there was this one young woman who kind of kept to herself. She wasn't part of the group. And then ultimately she befriended this one guy who got voted in, who was just this kind of gawky, goofy guy. And he persisted, he stayed. And so the two outsiders kind of teamed up. And so it was just really interesting to watch, wherein, you know, it wasn't so much, it was unpredictable. It was a twist that evolved organically. And so again, I say, as an audience member, I want to see that. And so the very satisfying thing about that was just seeing the producers and seeing all of us were just able to let the cast take you where they wanted to go.
So there really isn't any manipulation in the editing to, you know, throw the viewer off from what's going to happen. It seems like that's sort of a typical expectation in dating
Typical,
shows.
isn't it? Those editors. Who do they think they are? There is always I think the responsibility to tell the story in a compelling way. So not dissimilar from telling you a joke, you know, is you know, to use a schematic. You know, take my wife, please. Okay, so it's a horrible joke, but we all kind of understand that the please is a punchline because it's a surprise. You know, you're going to say, take my, you know, why? But once I start explaining it, it becomes even less funny. Any joke you explain, it's even less funny. So if there's no surprise, if there's no novelty in the way that the narrative is told, it becomes far less interesting. So if there is some sort of twist or something that really did happen, you know, when you're piecing the show together, you make the decision, well, when do we show that? When do we tell you? And so with anything, like when do I tell you, even if it's not a surprise or a twist,